What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Roger Report, your ultimate source for the news that moves the needle. The pace of information is insane right now, and if you're not plugged in, you're missing out. We've got a packed show today, with updates that are shaking up the worlds of sports, business, and culture. Get ready, because we're diving headfirst into the stories everyone will be talking about. First up, we're looking at a deeply personal tribute that connects a legendary athlete with a pivotal moment in sports history. Then, we're shifting gears to the high-octane world of motorsports, where a major legal battle is unfolding with massive implications. We'll also revisit the life of a true giant whose influence extended far beyond the court. And finally, get ready for a deep dive into the origins of an iconic brand that changed everything. You do not want to miss this. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and let's get into it. A legacy honored. Michael Jordan has shared a heartfelt tribute to George Raveling, the Hall of Fame coach and Nike executive who was instrumental in securing Jordan's groundbreaking endorsement deal. Raveling passed away at the age of 88, leaving behind a legacy that profoundly impacted the sports industry. Jordan expressed deep sadness, stating that Raveling's wisdom, encouragement, and friendship had blessed his life for over 4 decades. He emphasized Raveling's role as a mentor, declaring, "I signed with Nike because of George, and without him, there would be no Air Jordan." Raveling's family confirmed his passing, noting he faced cancer with courage and grace, and that his aura, energy, divine presence, and timeless wisdom live on. Raveling, a Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame inductee, coached at Washington State, Iowa, and USC, achieving a career record of 335-93 and leading his teams to multiple NCAA tournament appearances. His coaching prowess also earned him spots on the U.S. Olympic basketball staffs in 1984 and 1988. It was during the 1984 Olympics, where Jordan's team won gold, that Raveling played a crucial role in convincing Jordan to sign with Nike. He facilitated Jordan's introduction to Sonny Vaccaro at Nike, a meeting that ultimately led to the creation of the Air Jordan brand, a deal estimated to have earned Jordan over $1.5 billion through a 5% royalty on shoe sales and fundamentally transformed athletic apparel marketing. Beyond basketball, Raveling's life was marked by significant historical moments. He was present at the 1963 March on Washington and obtained an original copy of Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech, which he held until donating it to his alma mater, Villanova, in 2021. Tributes poured in, with Jay Wright, who coached Villanova to national championships, calling Raveling the finest human being, inspiring mentor, most loyal alum, and a thoughtful, loving friend. Raveling's impact was also recognized in the 2023 film Air, where Marlon Wayans portrayed him as the key figure who opened Jordan's mind to the Nike partnership. Raveling's family, friends, and former players remember him for his unwavering kindness and the transformative influence he had on their lives. His passing is mourned by many, but his contributions to sports and his personal impact continue to resonate. But the story of influence and high-stakes deals doesn't end there. Prepare yourself for a legal showdown in the fast-paced world of NASCAR. Charter clash. Michael Jordan's NASCAR team, 23XI Racing, is locked in a fierce legal battle for charter status, currently embroiled in an antitrust lawsuit against the racing series. The core of the dispute revolves around the charter system, which is akin to a franchise agreement, guaranteeing teams a spot in every race and a larger share of prize money. Both 23XI Racing, co-owned by Jordan and Denny Hamlin, and Front Row Motorsports are suing NASCAR, arguing the charter system violates antitrust laws. This conflict escalated recently when NASCAR informed a federal judge that it would not redistribute any charters to new participants while the case proceeds, a move that came after a contentious hearing revealing heated exchanges, including expletive-laden communications from Jordan and others involved. Initially, the two teams had secured a preliminary injunction to be recognized as chartered organizations for the current season, until a jury could rule on the antitrust allegations. However, this injunction was later overturned, leaving 23XI and Front Row operating as open teams. NASCAR is now seeking to recoup funds paid to these teams during the period they held charter status. The teams have appealed to have their charter status reinstated, but NASCAR indicated it has a buyer for one of the 6 charters previously held by 23XI and Front Row, planning to redistribute them. NASCAR's decision to halt redistribution followed the recent court hearing, and a ruling on the preliminary injunction is expected imminently. NASCAR contends that by not redistributing charters, 23XI and Front Row are no longer at risk of irreparable harm. However, the teams counter that the threat persists due to potential breach claims from their drivers and the loss of sponsors that charter rights provide. Specifically, Tyler Reddick of 23XI has a contract clause stipulating a breach if his team is not chartered, and he has reportedly notified 23XI of this breach. The attorney for the teams argued that NASCAR's agreement not to redistribute charters does not resolve the ongoing issues or eliminate the irreparable harm if no relief is granted. Meanwhile, the 13 teams that currently hold charters are reportedly growing frustrated with the litigation, fearing it could jeopardize the entire charter system, as warned by the judge. Dan Torres, a co-owner of Spire Motorsports, expressed disappointment with the lawsuit's direction, questioning NASCAR's transparency and seeking clarity on their dealings. He also voiced a desire for NASCAR to reach a settlement with the suing teams, highlighting a discrepancy between private assurances and public actions. The outcome of this legal battle could significantly reshape the ownership and operational landscape of NASCAR. From the high-stakes world of racing to the foundational moments of sports marketing, we turn our attention back to a pivotal figure whose influence was truly legendary. The coach's enduring influence. George Raveling, a celebrated Hall of Fame basketball coach and a pivotal figure in Michael Jordan's historic Nike deal, has passed away at the age of 88. His family announced his death, stating he faced cancer with courage and grace. Raveling's impact resonated deeply within the basketball community and beyond, with tributes highlighting his role as a mentor and a transformative presence. Inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2015, Raveling compiled a 335-93 coaching record over 22 seasons at Washington State, Iowa, and USC. Despite initial losing records at each institution, he consistently turned programs around, leading them to multiple NCAA tournament appearances. His coaching acumen also led him to serve on the U.S. Olympic basketball staffs in 1984 and 1988. It was during the 1984 Olympic Games, where he coached a young Michael Jordan, that Raveling's influence proved critical. Recognizing Jordan's potential and Nike's burgeoning interest, Raveling became a key advocate, urging Jordan to consider the then lesser-known shoe company. Jordan himself credited Raveling with convincing him to sign with Nike, a decision that birthed the iconic Air Jordan brand and revolutionized sports marketing. The 2023 film Air further illuminated Raveling's crucial role, with actor Marlon Wayans portraying him as the trusted advisor who first swayed Jordan. Beyond his basketball career, Raveling was a witness to history. In 1963, he was working security at the March on Washington and received an original copy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. He preserved this significant artifact for decades before donating it to his alma mater, Villanova, in 2021. Tributes from figures like Jay Wright, who coached Villanova to national championships, lauded Raveling as the finest human being, inspiring mentor, most loyal alum, and a thoughtful, loving friend. Raveling's life was a testament to mentorship, integrity, and the power of seizing pivotal moments, whether on the court or in the broader sweep of history. His passing is a significant loss, but his legacy continues to inspire. And speaking of legendary moments that shaped an industry, let's rewind to the very beginning of an empire built on innovation and athlete endorsement. The genesis of an icon. George Raveling, the Hall of Fame basketball coach whose influence helped forge one of the most iconic partnerships in sports history, has passed away at the age of 88. His death marks the end of an era for a man whose impact extended far beyond the basketball court, shaping careers and witnessing pivotal moments in American history. Raveling spent over 2 decades coaching at Washington State, Iowa, and USC, building competitive programs, and earning a reputation for developing talent and fostering trust. This reputation led him to a significant role on the U.S. Olympic basketball staff in 1984, a position that placed him at the nexus of one of sports marketing's most transformative events. During the 1984 Olympics, Raveling encountered a young Michael Jordan, then the most sought-after athlete in basketball, who was initially leaning towards Adidas or Converse. Raveling, having built a strong rapport with Jordan during the Olympic experience, persistently encouraged him to consider Nike. Jordan later recalled Raveling's direct advice: "You gotta go Nike, you gotta go Nike, you've got to try." This pivotal encouragement, coupled with Raveling's introduction of Jordan to Nike's Sonny Vaccaro, was instrumental in securing the landmark deal that launched the Air Jordan brand. This partnership not only made Jordan immensely wealthy, with earnings estimated at over $1.5 billion through royalties, but also fundamentally redefined sports marketing and sneaker culture globally. While Nike executives initially received much of the credit, Jordan himself later acknowledged Raveling's foundational role, a contribution vividly portrayed by Marlon Wayans in the 2023 film Air. Raveling's life story also includes a profound connection to the civil rights movement. In 1963, while working security at the March on Washington, he approached Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and was gifted an original copy of the "I Have a Dream" speech. He safeguarded this piece of history for nearly 6 decades before donating it to his alma mater, Villanova. Raveling's consistent presence at significant events, from coaching sidelines to historical marches, underscored his role as a mentor, a bridge builder, and a quiet force whose influence created lasting ripples. His legacy is embedded in the athletes he coached, the people he inspired, and the enduring cultural phenomenon of Air Jordans. And that wraps up our deep dive into these essential stories. But before you go, let's quickly recap the headlines. That's all the time we have for today on the Roger Report. We covered Michael Jordan's tribute to George Raveling, the legal battle involving Jordan's NASCAR team, a look back at Raveling's impactful life and career, and the story behind the iconic Air Jordan deal. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more essential updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on today's stories. You can also follow us on all social media platforms for even more content. We'll see you next time.